Far from the sound stages of Los Angeles and the crowded avenues of New York City, Whoopi Goldberg has found something rare: true quiet. Tucked away in the Hudson Valley, her farmhouse isn't just a getaway. It's an expression of her soul. This is not the marble and glass palace you might expect from an EGOT-winning icon. There's no paparazzi-studded driveway, no gold-plated gates. Instead, the approach winds through country roads framed by maples and oaks, opening onto a warm, unpretentious home that feels more like a family heirloom than a celebrity estate. The air here is different. It smells of cut grass in the summer, of wood smoke in autumn. There's room to think, to create, to live at a human pace. For Whoopi, that's the real definition of luxury. But this farmhouse is more than just a personal retreat. It's a reflection of her extraordinary life. A career that has taken her from Broadway to the Oscars, from The Color Purple to The View. A personal philosophy rooted in laughter, generosity, and resilience, and a deep belief that the most valuable things in life can't be bought. They have to be cultivated. Today, we're stepping inside Whoopi Goldberg's private sanctuary, exploring the home, the land, and the legacy of a woman who has done it all, and now chooses to do it her way. Career legacy. Before the farmhouse, before the quiet country roads and shaded porches, there was Whoopi Goldberg, the performer who refused to be defined by anyone else's limits. Born Karen Elaine Johnson in Manhattan, Whoopi came of age with humor as her compass and courage as her engine. She took her stage name from a whoopee cushion, a reminder not to take herself too seriously, and chased a career that demanded versatility, resilience, and unshakable authenticity. She conquered Broadway with her one-woman show, then stunned Hollywood with her Oscar-winning role in Ghost. She earned a Grammy for her comedy, Emmys for her work in television, and a Tony for producing on Broadway, joining the rare, exalted circle of EGOT winners. Few performers can claim such range, and even fewer have done it on their own terms. On The View, she became more than an entertainer. She became a voice of reason, sharp, fearless, and unfiltered, a quality that's made her both beloved and occasionally controversial. Through every reinvention, Whoopi never lost her grounding. That grounding shows in her life choices. While many stars flock to penthouses and private islands, Whoopi chose something quieter, something steadier. Her farmhouse represents the same ethos that has guided her entire career. If the world is noisy, you make your own silence. If the industry tells you who to be, you define yourself instead. In this home, away from the cameras, Whoopi is not a celebrity at work. She's simply a woman who loves books, art, laughter, and the company of people who matter. The walls may hold trophies, but they're not displayed like museum pieces. They're reminders of a journey, one that proves real success isn't just about being seen, but about being at peace. The Hudson Valley Haven. Step off the main road in the Hudson Valley and the landscape itself seems to exhale. Rolling fields, stone walls softened by moss, and the faint silhouette of distant mountains. This is where Whoopi Goldberg chose to put down her roots. Her farmhouse is not a Hollywood trophy home. It's a place that whispers instead of shouts. The exterior is classic Americana, weathered wood siding, painted shutters the color of faded sage, and a wraparound porch where rocking chairs face the rising sun. In the spring, lilacs bloom against the fence. In winter, smoke curls gently from the chimney as snow dusts the roofline. Inside, the home feels collected rather than decorated. The wide plank floors creak underfoot with the kind of welcome only age can give. Sunlight streams through original windows, illuminating rooms layered with books, folk art, and photographs, not staged portraits, but snapshots of family, friends, and moments that mattered. The kitchen is the heart of the house. No gleaming restaurant-grade appliances here, just a sturdy farmhouse table, mismatched mugs on open shelves, and copper pots that have been used enough to earn their patina. Guests say, this is where Whoopi loves to linger, sipping coffee, telling stories, and laughing at the absurdities of life. Her living room holds a worn leather sofa, piles of novels, and art that ranges from Harlem Renaissance prints to modern sculpture. Each piece tells a story, a gift from a friend, a discovery at a roadside antique store, a memory from a film shoot abroad. The result is a space that feels alive, not curated. Even the guest bedrooms feel personal, quilts rather than duvets, handwritten notes on the nightstands, and the kind of quiet you only find when the nearest highway is miles away. This isn't a showplace built to impress, it's a refuge built to restore. Out back, a sloping lawn meets a kitchen garden lined with tomatoes, basil, and late summer sunflowers. A small barn houses more tools than trophies, and when the sun sets, the sky here burns orange and violet, as if reminding its famous owner that nature remains the greatest artist of all. For Whoopi, this farmhouse is less about privacy and more about presence, the rare luxury of being fully, peacefully herself. Luxury on her own terms. In a world where celebrity luxury often means glass towers and velvet ropes, Whoopi Goldberg has defined success differently. Yes, she has wealth, with an estimated net worth around $60 million. But the trappings of fame have never been the point. Instead of collecting cars she rarely drives, Whoopi invests in moments she truly enjoys. Her Hudson Valley farmhouse is proof that the richest life isn't always the flashiest. She's been spotted at local farmers markets, chatting with vendors like an old friend, and at small-town bookstores, signing copies of novels for neighbors who barely blink at her fame. That grounded lifestyle reflects her philosophy. "I've been broke, I've been rich, and I like rich better," she once joked, "but I never wanted to forget how to live." In her farmhouse, she can garden with dirt under her nails, cook Sunday breakfast without an assistant, and sit on the porch watching fireflies, luxuries of time and peace that money alone can't buy. Her generosity has always matched her success. Whoopi is a tireless philanthropist, supporting causes from AIDS research to children's health and education programs. She's also been a visible advocate for equality and human rights, giving not just her resources but her voice, unafraid to speak up when silence would have been easier. This balance of success and service mirrors the spirit of her home. The farmhouse is not just a retreat, it's a reminder of what really matters. For Whoopi, wealth is a tool to uplift others, to create art that challenges and entertains, and to live fully in her own skin without apology. Even her approach to luxury is infused with purpose. Where other stars build massive estates hidden behind gates, Whoopi builds connections. Her Hudson Valley neighbors don't see her as a distant icon. They see her as the woman who waves from the porch, who shops for fresh eggs on Saturday morning, who knows that the greatest luxury of all is authenticity, a personal refuge in a public life. Whoopi Goldberg has lived nearly every kind of life imaginable. Broadway star, Oscar-winning actress, daytime television host, cultural commentator, and through all of it, she has never let the world define who she should be. At this stage of her career, the farmhouse has become more than a home. It's a boundary. A reminder that she doesn't have to live in the constant glare of Hollywood. Here, there's no call sheet, no studio audience, no red carpet. Just the sound of wind through the maples and the creak of the front porch steps when an old friend comes to visit. Her personal life reflects that same clarity. Whoopi has been open about not needing marriage to feel fulfilled, a stance that startled some when she first said it, but one she's held with unwavering honesty. The farmhouse offers a space where she can host family without formality, where grandchildren can run across the yard, and where laughter carries through the kitchen windows late into the evening. She keeps her circle close, and her life, despite her fame, refreshingly private. The Hudson Valley home embodies that privacy without isolation. It isn't a fortress, it's an invitation, carefully extended to those she trusts and loves. And while many celebrities design homes to impress visitors, Whoopi designed this one to embrace herself. Its rooms hold the stories of her life, her first stand-up gigs, her breakout role in The Color Purple, her years on The View, sparring with politicians and pop stars alike. The farmhouse walls are lined not with awards, but with memories. Photos of family dinners, sketches by friends, souvenirs from decades on the road. In these quieter years, Whoopi spends more time choosing which vegetables to plant than which gowns to wear, and she seems to like it that way. The farmhouse represents her pivot from always on to fully herself, a place where the pace of life slows to match the rhythm of her own heart. The farmhouse as legacy. Whoopi Goldberg has never been easy to label, And that's exactly how she likes it. Actor, comedian, activist, host. She's been all of these, and yet never just one of them. Her Hudson Valley farmhouse reflects that same refusal to be boxed in. It's not the biggest home owned by a celebrity. It's not overflowing with designer showpieces or museum-grade art. And yet it feels richer than any mansion in Beverly Hills. Because this house is not about status. It's about substance. Here, Whoopi's legacy isn't measured in square footage or expensive views. It's measured in mornings when she brews her own coffee, afternoons spent gardening instead of taking meetings, evenings with friends telling stories no camera will ever hear. In a world obsessed with speed and spectacle, the farmhouse slows everything down. It says, "This is what a life well lived can look like. This is success on your own terms." And maybe that's the final lesson of Whoopi Goldberg's remarkable journey, that the greatest luxury is not applause or wealth, but freedom. Freedom to define your life, your work, your home, and to sit on your porch at sunset knowing you've done it your way. From the stage to the screen to the stillness of the Hudson Valley, Whoopi Goldberg has built more than a career. She's built a life, and this farmhouse is where it all comes beautifully, quietly together.